First and foremost, so I give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Yakakodash. We say that balance the apostles and elders are great men that rule well. Our teachers in the truth, and we say salutations to all the came out to the pushing within our truth and then say the day in and the out. Constantly in season, out of season, we say shalom. Once again, just going into this entire topic here about money won't prosper in the last. Money ain't going to save you. What sparked the interest of this video is that I was watching the brother video on that about polite. Polite talking about selling your soul and so forth, and it will be a spiritual thing when you sell your soul and all these things, right? And for success, right? And when what sparked my mind is plenty of them sell out. They sell out to get money. If money is everything, if that is it, like if money gonna save any time of destruction, like if money gonna save any time of death, like if money gonna save any time of judgment, right? And what priest that come to my mind was the James. You understand? So I start with James chapter 5 verse 1. It said, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." So plenty like these celebrities, these actors, all these people on a high pedestal that have this money, right? Anytime by the miseries, they go weep and howl, because they base upon everything that they do is upon the money that they have. Anytime a misery, anytime the things to come, what is really going to save you is basically being of the elect, being of the number that the Lord. Being of that number that the Lord chose, right? And the Lord being there with you, right? Say, "Go to know, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." Yeah, because at this moment they ain't feeling that, polite and feeling no strain, because they sell out. He sell out. He be in videos with transvestites. He all these set of shit he be doing just for money, like a coon, and being the coon that he is, right? And when you watch a video, him talking about selling his soul to get a success and thing, and that is majority. That is what they look for. That is what the Jake's going for. This money, thinking that that is all. That is where it is, They be watching all these people on this high level with this money, flams, and it's showing it out, and thinking that at this moment, the money benefiting because it can get you out of whatever situation it is, because the money there. But anytime of the miseries to come, as the scripture say here, they go weep and howl. So where you're supposed to be looking to, where you're really supposed to be going to, is to the Lord. Tell you how about Shem Yahushai. Instead of just listening to this man talking about selling his soul, going to this money and this thing, right? Because this money ain't going to save you, right? It say, go to know, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted and your garments are mud eaten. Yeah, the riches are corrupted. Watch out certain people. Watch out these men get especially these jakes get this money. What they do, they bend over. They sell the body. That is the level that they own. They say your riches are corrupted and your garments are mud eaten. All these watch out they get the money. Killing people. Some people, human trafficking, all these things that they do to get this money. Understand? It say, "Your gold and silver are conquered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days." Right? It say, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud." Right? Yeah, as I was saying before. That is how the majority of these people who are not rich is because of fraud. Doing the wickedness that they do on a daily basis, and that would be held against them in the time of judgment. Right? They say, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped on your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth." you know. So yeah, the people you all deal with unjustly, all these things, you know, it's scripture say and the cries of them which have reaped and entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, right? So yeah, just hey, at the end of the day, you know what these when I watch that video with people like talking about selling out and doing this thing, you could see the level that that these jakes really want, you know. Hey, all these things that he heaping up for the last days, they're trying to, you know, do all these things, gather up money, trying to think that thing gonna save in it in the end. That's what James chapter 5 verse 1 says, say weep and howl, because that is what that is how they're gonna be, you know. They think they could buy the way out of any situation, but they're not gonna be so. Right? So yeah, so this talking about success, but that ain't gonna save you. That ain't gonna make you righteous in the sight of the Lord. Right? That ain't gonna make you be caught up in a charity. You can't take that money you have, you can't take that success you have in this world here, right? And buy your way into that chariot. No. You can't. Right? It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Yeah. And that is what going on. They live in pleasure. For example, just polite. You know, you flexing, you going around, you doing all this sort of shit. You know, thinking that is what is going to happen. Because they think that this place is going to continue. Because they agree with what is going on in this place. As I said before, there are countless of videos that them pumping with transvestites, pumping with all sort of abominable shit you just be on, that Egyptology shit, and that goes to many other men outside here. You know, they're living in that pleasure. I say ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. So that is why you talk about, you know, sell a soul for success. They don't want to sell a soul so you don't get success. You know, always wanting that, and until in this time you had to bend over for a white man, you had to bend over for Edomite. How that is something that you really want. You know, what you need is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? They say, ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and ye do not resist. It say, be patient therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold the husbandman, Salak, married over. It say, be patient therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. It say, behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and had long patience for it, until he received the early and latter rain. It say, be ye also patient. It says, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Yeah. You know, Yahweh shall soon come. You know, there's had a patience. It say the race enough for the swift, but for them could endure. You know, and that why plenty of these jakes sell out. That why plenty of these jakes bend over for these Edomites. It's because they don't have that patience. You know, the world get done one time. So they sell the body. You understand? But hey, the men, the prophets, the men of the Lord, they will have patience, because they know their reward, the things that they would receive would be with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That gonna be greater than what we gonna get here. You know, they're gonna be paid 100 times greater than what we gonna get, what you would sell out for here. You understand? So let's have patience. Let's wait for the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to come. You know? And do what you're supposed to do and be right. Right? Let's say. Right? I'm going to go to our next scripture here. Go to our next scripture here, I think it's. Right, so this is 1 Timothy chapter 6. I'll go to verse I'll go straight to I go straight to verse 10. It say, now, what to verse 9? It say, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Yeah, so it say, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. So yeah, that's just like what Paul be talking about, hey, talking about sell your soul, they the way sell your soul because it's something spiritual. That bullshit. That's a snare. Right? It say, and unto many foolish and hurtful lusts. Talking about the best car, best house, this thing, all this shit. Hey, that will come with Yahweh Shemi Shai. Just wait, a greater glory to come. You understand? It say, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Yeah, it say which drown men into destruction and perdition, because the things you have to do to receive this so-called success in this world, you have to sell out, sometimes to where you take a life. Hey, they require sacrifice. All these things that they require, and that could only lead you one way, and that is the destruction. That money ain't going and save you in that time. It ain't going and save you. Right? If the Lord send a sickness onto you that may eat you out from the inside, that way you feel you could buy it, you could buy a ticket to let the Lord remove that sickness from you. No. So hey, and that just to show you, hey, the Lord really say all people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And that is where it is. Right? It say, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Yeah. It say for the love of money, and that is the thing. It say for the love of money, that did them that will do anything for this money, Hey, as I say before, bend over the body, do a sacrifice, all these things. So that is the root of all evil, because they will do anything for that, for the love of that, because they love that. And the thing about it is that ain't going and save you. They say, but thou, O man of God, flee these things, and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness. Yeah, that is the thing we should go after. That's the thing we should go after. The Lord. Go after the Lord for righteousness, godliness. It's a faith, love, patience, meekness. That is what we're supposed to be going after, not talking about sell out soul and all this sort of bullshit. Right? And my last scripture will be chapter 7. You say here, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. So yeah, so you going on and bend over your body for that Edomite, So I like to say, but that what it is, sell out for that. And the thing about it is that the thing you're going to sell out for, you can't even carry it out here anytime I hear that. Hey, and that is heavy, Hey, scripture say, a brute beast by need to be taken and destroyed. Just talking about sell out soul and the things you have to do. All these celebrities is faggots, bull men, having these Edomites sleeping with them. Fuck, but hey, this place really had to go. Understand? So it say here, so I said the last verse will be 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 7. It say, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. So don't listen to these men that talking about sell your soul and it's a spiritual. That is shit. Cause all them shit they going to sell it for, you cannot carry it to you. So it's best you do as verse 11 say, but thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, and patience, meekness. That is what you're supposed to be going after. That is supposed to be in this word, going after righteousness, keeping these laws and so forth. Not talking about sell the soul. Understand? Hey. Right, so with that we give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash. We say double and the apostles and elders agreed, Milton rule well, and salutations solely I come also they pushing wood on the truth and the din and the out. Constantly in season and season we say Shalom.